Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Welcome to another episode of Play It Through. And this time around, it's Super Mario World Christmas Edition, a ROM hack I discovered on YouTube itself from Mega Koopa X. I will link at the top of the description a link to the video where you can find more information and the ROM hack itself. This is a very simple ROM hack, just a few levels, but it is Christmas themed. I added my own music to this portion. I'm going to try to keep the Nintendo copyright fairy away from this one, but I'm sure I will end up failing. The story of the game is it's Christmas morning, Mario goes to visit Yoshi, but finds out that Yoshi's gifts have been stolen. So now Mario is going to go off to try to find all the gifts that were stolen from the Yoshi house. Its own map was created for this particular ROM hack, which is pretty cool. You can stop by the Yoshi house and see that it's all covered in snow, all white for the trees or whatever it is. And a little message before we pop into the first level by the name of Snowflake Valley. Level number 1 is a pretty standard, typical kind of level that we saw in the first island, Yoshi's Island of Super Mario World, except of course there is some snow added. They did a pretty good job with this little ROM hack of adding enough enemies to make it pretty difficult and plenty of pits to fall into, but without making it overly difficult. I also applaud adding their own music into it, putting like Sonic music and some other video game music just to make things changed up a tiny bit. There's a ton of bullet bills though that come at you right from the get-go in this very first level. I'm going to use the giant Monty Mole here in order to kind of bounce my way up and get myself a fire flower, which is always very useful. I did run into one minor problem with the ROM hack itself, and that is the final door of the ROM hack in the fortress sometimes would glitch and either take me to the boss like it's supposed to, or take me to one of the bonus rounds. Just something that I noticed. It happened a couple of times, and then finally I got it to work and actually go to the boss, and I was able to actually complete it. The second level is the Hot Chocolate Cave. I like the design and the idea here. Basically, there's a wall set up to the left of us that we cannot pass because of course, all the solid blocks. But if we go all the way far to the right, past all the enemies and all that good stuff, we will find a P-block, P-switch that we'll be able to use and thus go back to the left and go through that wall. So we have to kind of carry that with us while we're dealing with the piranha plants and the charging chucks all throughout here. And I like the idea of it being a hot chocolate cavern, just because hot chocolate is amazing. It's awesome. I have at least a cup of hot chocolate every Christmas, just to, I don't know, just one of those festive things to do. So over here we're going to hit the first of the P-switches, and that drops another one from the sky, which we're going to grab, and now we have to carry this one all the way back over to the left, re-watching out for all the enemies and the like as we do so. Here, I'm just going to kind of bounce up, checking any of the question mark blocks to see maybe if there was another fire flower or a feather there to help me out as I end up getting hit by the next piranha plant. I also like the bone pipe type thing set up here as platforms. Nice little cool thing. Finally make it over to the far left wall where we can hit this P-switch and get to the goal. I'm actually surprised there isn't more holiday-themed ROM hacks out there. In fact, I tried to do one for Thanksgiving, but I couldn't get the ROM to patch properly. It wouldn't work once I patched it. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with ROM hacking and getting these to work a lot of times in emulators, the ROMs themselves get modified a bit, or you have to modify the ROM ahead of time in order for the patch to properly go in because of some of the changes they've decided to do, especially with the more elaborate ROM hacks out there. But anyway, so this is one of the ones I was actually able to get to work, so that's the reason why I decided to go along this one. Plus, I couldn't find any other ones for the older Mario titles. But I figured a nice little Super Mario video for Christmas would be a nice gesture, at least. The underwater theme stage here is we have a lot of the big, puffer, spiky guys, and then there we go. These guys are going to chase us through the rest as we try to get past the Torpedo Teds. One of the funniest things to me is just Torpedo Ted. He's not really mentioned all that much. Most people would just look at him and think, oh, that's just another version of Bullet Bill, but no, that is Torpedo Ted. Never forget Torpedo Ted. Over here we have a pipe with a couple of the chomping piranhas right there. We're going to watch out for those things, try to get above them, and right to the exit to complete the level. We have 2 levels left here. We have Sorbet Heights as our next stage before we end up making it to the fortress, the final level of this particular ROM hack. And this is a level that's steeped with lots of pits and lots of potential places for us to fall down into the crevice below and, of course, end up losing a life, so do my best to avoid that. Plenty of slippery slopes. We're going to slide on down to run into a couple of Goombas. I love this, though. If you find Yoshi, it just says, damn it. Like, Yoshi's mad that you found him, or Yoshi was like, ow, man, that was cramped up in the egg, or I'm not sure what the creator was going for with it, but it just makes me laugh. I saw that the first time and ended up having to, like, pause the game for a minute because I was laughing at just the whole idea of it all. Next, we have a whole bunch of those music note blocks that we're going to bounce off of as we near the end of the stage. Flying Hammer Bro in the path, but we're able to hit that goal. And now move on to the fortress, the final stage here in Super Mario World Christmas. I also love the name of the level, Suspicious Fort. It's not just any fort, it's a very suspicious fort. Of course, we have to leave Yoshi at the door here, even though we're saving Yoshi's presence. Gotta leave him at the door here. Starting off with a couple of big nets that we get to kind of shimmy our way across. A little bit of lava popping out from below as we do so. I also ran into a funny glitch during this stage where the Koopas ended up losing their heads. Like, it was just their bodies shimmying up and down the fence, so that was actually quite humorous. A couple of thwomps in the way. Watch out for those guys. And a bullet bill that didn't seem to even fire there as I was getting past. End up getting hit as I end up going over, and there's some Magic Koopa weapon kind of just circling around there. I actually, when practicing this little thing, I decided to kind of spin jump on top of that magical stuff, and I was able to kind of keep bouncing on it for a while, which was pretty funny. Here at the end, we have to watch out for a spinning mace ball, and then we find the door, but right before it is a feather, so we can get the cape. Like I said, sometimes this ended up leading me to the bonus level instead of the boss against Ludwig here. And Ludwig is the one, I guess, who stole all the presents from the Yoshis. No differences, of course, here with the Ludwig battle. It's pretty standard fare as he's going to fire out the fireballs and roll back and forth. When he pauses, he'll then do his big leaping jump, and when he's able to land, we hit him and finish him off and enjoy the, I guess, technically the ending to this particular ROM hack. So there you guys have it. Just a small little fun ROM hack, Super Mario World Christmas Adventure. Like I said, check out the description if you want to go for more information and find the ROM hack yourself. But anyway, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.